How's it going, ladies and gentlemen and NBs? My name is Alexis Lopez TCG, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be jumping in, as you've guessed it from the title, Final Fantasy Play Booster Boxes. Now, I really haven't had a chance to get an actual collector booster box at MSRP, so honestly I might have to skip getting that and opening that on the channel. Now, we are going to be getting some collector booster packs at MagicCon, so stay tuned. I'm going to try to incorporate that in either its own video or the MagicCon vlog when that happens. So that does mean that I'll be at MagicCon, so if you see me there and you recognize me, of course, say hello. Obviously, I would appreciate that. That'd be crazy. I don't know if anybody would recognize me there, but if you are there, let me know, and of course come by and say hi. It'd be fantastic. Get some games in, probably, especially with MagicCon, games all the time. Now, Final Fantasy Play Booster Box, I think it's pretty good. The set so far from pre-release seems to be a little bit underpowered, which makes the limited games actually pretty good. So I had a lot of fun at the pre-release. You can check out the MagicCon vlog link below. That should have been out last week. If not, it'll be the week after this. But I think honestly it was just a lot of fun, just like playing the limited set, playing like all the different things you can see. One of the craziest things and funnest things about the actual pre-release for Final Fantasy was just all the hype and surrounding it all as people open up stuff. So we're hoping that we pull some good stuff here. And now another good thing is Final Fantasy Through the Ages, which are the FCA cards. So like there are other cards reprinted in Final Fantasy form, whether it's like screenshots or my favorite, the Amano art, and other artists also having the different art in those borderless Through the Ages cards. So the average is about 1 in every 3 play boosters, which is actually pretty good for that. Now it could be, of course, any rarity. Of course, it could be any of the actual play boosters and any Through the Ages cards. So we're hoping we get some good stuff. But without further ado, you don't want to hear me talk about everything that you can get in here. You want to see what we get in this box. So let's go ahead and jump in to Final Fantasy. Now, obviously Final Fantasy, much like a lot of people, very core to me when it comes to not just games that I enjoyed playing when I was younger, and obviously growing along with them. While from playing a little bit of the MMO and 14, I've played through a bunch of the story, but not everything. And of course, playing through the actual games itself. You'll see the playmat here in the background. This is specifically Final Fantasy VIII, which is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games when it comes to the actual games. And I've had the luck and pleasure of, starting my career in the games industry working on Final Fantasy 15. So any Final Fantasy 15 cards that appear, you're probably going to hear a little bit of the story. And honestly, I just owe a lot to that game. It got my foot in the door for the industry, and it allowed me to enjoy something that I love to do. So hope you get some good Prompto, some good Ignis, some, pretty much we're hoping we pull the boys. Obviously the Noctis Through the Ages card in fact would be fantastic as well. So you'll see me pretty hyped for that as well if you pull that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what we get in these packs. Honestly, again, I had a lot of fun going through and playing the actual pre-release. Ice Magic was one that I used in the first pre-release that I did. Thunder Magic as well. Did a little bit of pretty good stuff. Crossroad Village, this town's pretty good. This one in particular is a lot of fun. Obviously choose any color. Laughing Mad. Choco Comet. I mean, the art on this itself is just fantastic. We're gonna go a little bit fast through the cards. Unfortunately, a lot of it by the time this is out has been already revealed and everything, and I'm sure people have devoured through the content, but I'm gonna stop and just check out some of the art that I enjoy when we see that. Adalbert Steiner, let's go. Final Fantasy 9, Human Knight. We got Cargo Ship, particularly also Final Fantasy 9, very cool. Arden the Usurper. Hey, our first rare is Final Fantasy 15. Arden the Usurper. One of the favorite things that I got to work on 15 was the Royal Edition. Now the Royal Edition includes all the DLC that kind of really expands on the story from the original game. When you play the original game, there's a lot of parts that were missing, that kind of were like left down the dust that you couldn't really figure out what was going on. So the DLC really helped establish that story and expand upon that. So if you haven't played Royal Edition and maybe you just played regular 15, I implore you, please check out Royal Edition, not just because I worked on it, but honestly it really expands on the story of the boys. So Arden also got DLC on there as well. So Arden the Usurper, not in the Royal Edition, just DLC later on, but Arden the Usurper, let's go. Legendary creature, Elder Human Noble, 5/3 black pips. That's a lot of cost for this card, but its demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to one target creature card from your graveyard. If you exile the card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except as a 5/5 black demon. So very costly, but it does a pretty good payoff for a demon deck. So Ardent Usurper, Final Fantasy 15, having our first rare. I really appreciate that. And we get a double rare pack here in Moogle's Valor 3, white. Instant for each creature you control, create a 1/2 white Moogle creature token with lifelink. Then creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. I had somebody play this against me in the first pre-release, and it popped off pretty well, literally by turn 5. So fantastic card here in Moogle's Valor for a very go white token deck. Light of Judgment is our first foil here, 4 in a red for the instant common. We have a Rakdos land that starts off as well. Beautiful card here. Vector Imperial Capital. Love it. If you all know me, of course, you all know that Vector, that Rakdos is my favorite color. 2 pairs, so we're going to be putting that together. We're going to put, as always, the lands together, put the tokens that we have, because we want to have all the hero tokens, and of course, bird and all that tokens available for us as we play the game. But that was the first pack. Again, that one was a little bit slower. Try to go then a little bit faster, but if I see something and I want to bring up a story of the game or something, you'll probably hear it. Very nice. Haste Magic. I haven't played through like the new Final Fantasy VII remakes, because I'm just kind of waiting for it all to come out and just seeing what the story is. I haven't really, luckily, avoided a lot of spoilers for the new stuff as far as some of the reimagining for some of the story. Just again, waiting until it's all out before I actually go ahead and play that, just because I want to see what the story and the fuss is all about. And actually, I might replay through 7 again, just to kind of get familiarized again with that story before I go and do the remakes. But we have the double-sided card here in the Emperor of Palamecia, which the other side is the Lord, the Master of Hell, which again, fantastic art in this. One of my favorite things about this set is definitely the art. The Earth Crystal, very nice card here, 2 and 2 green. Green spells you cast, 1 less to... Green spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on the creature you control, twice that many +1/+1 counters are put on that creature instead, and then you can pay to distribute counters as well. Beautiful rare here in the Earth Crystal. We got the Marlboro Plant Horror, uses in the pre-release as well. Very nice. Makes the opponent discard, they lose 2 life, and they exile 3 cards, so it's really good. Plus it has Swamp Cycling if you get it early. Get a beautiful foil island here as well, and then more hero tokens and the bird tokens. So there's definitely a lot of different art in the hero and bird tokens, so it's really cool. So it's not just all the similar art style. You get the different chocobos and the different ones you get. Combat tutorial. All right, let's see what we have here. Chocobo kick. Okay, I knew I said I was gonna go a little bit faster through it, but I lied. I'm just trying to enjoy a lot of the art here coming through. Prompto, my boy. Prompto Argentum, 1 in a red. Haste Human Scout. It had haste, so whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, create a treasure token. Of course, if you don't know the story of 15, I won't really spoil it, but Prompto, my boy, he's a real boy. Let's just put it that way. Capital City as well, so we're getting beautiful lands here. The Crystal's Chosen. They'll make Pixie. Ooh, Balam Garden Seed Academy from Final Fantasy. You know it, Final Fantasy VIII. This land is tapped, and you can transform as well into the Balam Garden Airborne. Very nice. So that's our rare here for the land, and then we have a foil Sack Fair and the Mountain. Loving the art on this set as well, again, for like even the land particularly. I do have 5 favorite lands with the John Abon unstable lands, so those are usually what I try to use for everything, but I'll try to see what I can use from these Final Fantasy cards when it comes to the art itself. All right, so some of these we've already seen, so it's already starting. Like we're seeing the, oh nice, Eden Seed of Sanctum, Land Town. So again, we're putting all the lands together. On the side, Summon Anima. Again, the border art on these is always fantastic. We are seeing the different art on the different cards when it comes to the borders as well, which is really nice. We have Vanilla, which is one of the actual meld cards. We do have Hope there as a rare. So this is the other side of Vanille when it comes with the meld with Fang. We do get the rare Hope Estium, Namazu Trader rare, and then Guardo Solemn Farplane Gateway, And then we get the art cards. Kefka coming through. Final Fantasy 6 here. Kefka, Court of Mage. Beautiful, beautiful. So I actually think a lot of people are going to be looking in particular at these actual art cards as some cards to collect. Simply because Final Fantasy art definitely holds near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. So very, very good. Again, just a reminder, set boosters are now 30 packs, not 36 like they used to be. So very, very cognizant of that. Obviously, the price has gone up because it is a premium set, even though it's standard set, it's a whole thing. But we do get our first Through the Ages card here in Luca Stadium, Strixhaven Stadium. Of course, I mentioned again the borderless art here. You can see the rarity here down at the bottom. This is uncommon. This one from Final Fantasy X. So we're going to put the Through the Ages cards there on the side. This is an artifact here. And well, as you saw, this came in the uncommon slot because it's a common. I'm not really sure whether it'll be like, hey, in the rare slot if it's rare and all that, but we'll see as it goes through as well. Gaius Van Velser. Right, the Shubuff. Self-Destruct. Midgar, City of Mako Land Town. Very nice. That's for our rare. And then the foil is Reno and Rude from Final Fantasy VII. Then Mountain Hero. So as you can see, like a lot of the 14 classes and the Church Token are coming through as the hero cards here. So it's very, very nice. And again, I'm going to be sharing those art cards, seeing what people like. I have a coworker that really, really likes art, so he's looking forward to this, specifically for Final Fantasy. So it's pretty cool. Pull off Magitix Warrior. Resentful Revelation. Fantastic choice for that one as well. Dreams of Laguna. Monk's Fist. Omega Heartless Evolution. Omegas Omegas are like some of the craziest things to destroy when you do see them. So Omegas are supposed to take you forever to kill, and you know they don't hold back. Tifa's Limit Break. This one's a really interesting card as well. So it's 1 green pip, but it's tiered, so you can choose one additional cost. At 0, your target creature just gets +2/+2 until its turn. You pay 2 extra, double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn, and you have Final Haven, which is 6 in the green on top of course, that green pip. So a total of 8 costs, and it's triple target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Now you can only choose one; you can't like choose all 3. So that is a very, very tough choice to make when you need to make it there. Garatia, Ultimecia, Time Sorceress. Very nice. Again, another flip card here. Ooh, Mythic. There we go. We'll see that right now. But it's Ultimecia, Omnipotent, legendary creature, Nightmare Warlock. Just check out that art as well. Flip cards, a lot of them here. But we do get Summon and Knights of the Round. This is our first Mythic of the pack as well. 6 white enchantment creature, Saga Knight. And again, fantastic, fantastic art on there. Move that to the side, get the rares out of the way, and make sure we have space there for the Mythic. Dwarven Castle Guard foil, and then Charlene, Nation of Scholars. Angelo! Look at this beautiful boy. Final Fantasy VIII as well. And of course, Dark Star from Final Fantasy VII. So, yeah, we have a dog here, and then we have a dog here. Choose the dog that you want. The 1/1 or the 2/2. One looks a little bit more ferocious than the other, but don't let that fool you. Okay, maybe just a little bit. Let it fool you just a little bit. All right, Coral. Call the Mountain Chocobo. Foot Rub. Go Boo Gardener. Scorpion Sentinel. Lunatic Pandora. Battle Menu. This is actually a fun card. Just like seeing the art and like choices is really, really cool. Thief Knight. We have Gladiolus. Let's go. So Gladiolus Amicitia. 4 red and green. So Gruul. Legendary creature, Human Warrior. Again, Final Fantasy 15. When Gladiolus or Gladio enters, search your library for a land card, put into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. You get Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Very, very nice. Obviously a little costly, but works very well in the land card. So the Gladio, my boys, I'm seeing them. We saw the Prompto, we saw Gladio. Let's see if we can find the Ignis and unlock this in this box today. And then this is Fang, Fearless Lassie. This is the other meld card, so again, you can combine this with Van and put them together. Oh, we see the Ultima here in the rare, but as you can see, here's the other back of the card for Fang for Fearless to See. And we do see Ultima Origin of Oblivion. This one is a particular art from Final Fantasy 16 for Ultima. Very, very nice. Legendary creature, God. So this is a rare. Whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on a target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it, it loses all land types and abilities and has tap for colorless. Whenever you put a land for, whenever you tap a land for a colorless, and add an additional colorless. So very, very nice. I'm pretty sure people can try some Eldrazi decks, obviously, in colorless decks. But whether it be in standard, of course, because these are standard legal, or whether they're in other, other formats, or of course commander as well. All right. Ooh, double rare pack. We got Dion, Bahamut's Dominant. Of course, this is a flip card because it is a actual Saga Dragon. So Warden of the Light here, the transformations from Final Fantasy 16. Very, very cool. Double rare pack. We'll take that. We get another summon here in Shiva foil, Goon, Town of Ruin, and Hero, and Bird. So again, it has multiple hero art, but the bird, only so many you can get in there for the chocobos. The red chasers for obviously the collector booster packs are the actual chocobos, which are been insane, which is really, really cool. Sephiroth's Intervention, beautiful art here. 3 in the black, a little bit costly for this instant to destroy target creature, but you also gain 2 life, so that's actually really, really cool. But of course, Sephiroth's Intervention, they're very nice. Gigantode. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, we get Adventures in Land Town. When it enters, you gain 2 life. Very nice. We get Golves, Clad in Darkness, Sir Conrad the Grim, 3 black legendary creature human knight. So again, another card here that we have from Through the Ages. Very, very cool. I have been keeping track of how many packs we've gone through. That was also an uncommon, and it was in the uncommon slot. So continuing the trend of having that. Hey, we have Ultima. This is not the actual creature god card. This is just Ultima, 3 white. Destroy all artifacts and creatures and the turn. Beautiful rare. Again, coming through here for the Ultima. This is from Final Fantasy 14 particularly. The spell and the arts. Magic Damper foil. We have a forest and art card. This is Kimari, Valiant Guardian, Crystal Angel. Great art there. Again, I'm very happy that it's not all art cards in the reset. I really do like having tokens, but that's what makes getting like art cards a little bit better, because you don't get them in every single pack. So being able to see them, it's like, oh, what did I get this time? And for Final Fantasy, art is really, really cool. So we really are happy with the way they're coming out so far. So Crossroads Village, again, as always, we put the last aside, make sure we get the playset before setting them all as well. Sorcerer Schemes. Final Fantasy VIII, had to, check it out. Check out the art. Cactuar. So this is not the Cactuar that everybody was seeing. This is just Cactuar, 1 green pip. It does have trample. At the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. So you put it down, you attack with it the next turn, and then you pretty much put it back in your hand. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria. We have Garland, Knights of Cornelia, Final Fantasy 1. Flip card into Chaos, the Endless. A lot of people were obviously seeing when Final Fantasy Origins was coming out, just Chaos. Zanarkand, Ancient Metropolis, rare board this card. Beautiful coloring here for Zanarkand as well. Final Fantasy X coming through. We have the full You're Not Alone, Insomnia Crown City, and Hero with Treasure. Whoa. Again, I really like the different art styles and art choices for each hero. They did talk about trying to get like a different hero class from Final Fantasy 14 and whatnot for the token, so it's really, really cool to see that. Blazing Bomb, I really like this card as well. It's just a great 1 pip for a 1/1, and whenever you spend 4 more mana, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent, so you can include that with the tiered spells that you're using. The cast it put a 1/1 counter on this creature, and then of course it blows up, much like the Blazing Bombs. You can tap it, sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. So you can do the great explosion and sacrifice for the Blazing Bomb. Also, Fight On, fantastic art here as well. Return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Beautiful. Gives all greens. Magic Damper. Ooh, Vincent's Limit Break. Again, tiered. So the way that this card works, and a lot of people were kind of confused a little bit at the beginning, was, so it's 1 in a black for an instant. It's tiered. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its power's control. So very cool. Obviously, when it dies, it'll come back. So it's very, very cool. But this is the second part and had people a little bit confused. So it says, and has a chosen base power and toughness. Now, you can choose a different tier for the base power here. You have Galleon Beast, Death Gigas, and Hellmasker. A lot of people thought, hey, if I pay the one in the black and then pay the extra 3, it'll come back as a 7/2. It does not. What this means is that when you pay the cost, this creature becomes has this base power here. So it'll be the 3/2, 5/2, a 7/2 in that moment, not when it returns after the whole effect of when the creature dies, returns to the battlefield tapped under owner's control. When it dies and comes back under the owner's control, it'll come back at its original base power. So the actual base power change is in the moment that you play that instant. So that is something to remember, and that's a lot of things that people were getting confused online. So obviously that got clarified by the judges, and it happened a lot. So if you're obviously watching this after the pre-release, but whenever you are at a pre-release, I implore you, call the judges. It's not a bad thing to call the judges if you want to get things straightened out. You're learning the card game, you're learning the game itself. You don't want to make those mistakes with people. You want to get things clarified, because when you learn the wrong thing, you keep doing the wrong thing. So in those moments, at any point, call the judge. It's okay to ask for clarification on things to learn how the game works. It's not a bad thing. I do it all the time at pre-releases, simply because I want to make sure I'm not playing the card game wrong and doing things and taking advantage of the situation by accident. Call a judge, get a clarification, and just enjoy the game a little bit more now that you know how the cards work. So again, Vincent's Limit Break, just wanted to clarify that a little bit for all of you here. Hill Gigas, Shambling Sea, Chuggable Racetrack, Quistis Trap, ooh, Final Fantasy VIII Quistis, let's go. Side Quest Hunt the Mark, and then we're gonna go and flip it for Yasmat Ultimate Mark. Beautiful, beautiful card here for Final Fantasy 12. Ooh, beautiful borders here. Another Final Fantasy 12 card in Balthier and Fran. One red, green, human rabbit. Very, very nice. Fantastic, iconic art from Final Fantasy 12. We do have, ooh, foil Van Street Thief. Wow, this was the Final Fantasy 12 pack apparently. Foil borderless Van as well. 2 in red. Legend creature Human Scout. Very, very cool card. We're gonna foil that, see that up in a little bit. Hey, bird, and then the wizard. Hey, we didn't have enough wizards yet, so we definitely want to have that as well. I know a lot of these are gonna be sleeved up at the end, especially obviously the mythics. We're not gonna see a lot of them, but that getting a foil full-on character card, very, very cool, especially in the play boosters, and I'm sure others here are gonna be a little bit more, so I'll be sleeving that up as we finish up. But anyway, if you're still here, I hope you're enjoying this content. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification to notify you of the videos as they come out. I appreciate you all being here, and if you have any questions about any of the cards, go ahead and ask me, let me know. We're always trying to learn together, so that's one of the good things we can do together. Summon GF Ifrit. A lot of people are calling it this girlfriend Ifrit, which is really, really funny. See that? Arimon, fantastic card, love this card. Flying Death Touch, you can pay 3 sacrifice on the creature to draw a card, but just Flying Death Touch at the beginning with 2 in the black. Really, really good to have. Monk's Fist. Ooh, Memories of Nibelheim. Now, this is actually a pretty good card that I actually did get in my pre-release as well. So, Stroke of Midnight, 2 in a white. Instant. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white human shogun. Again, coming in slot in the uncommon slot so far. It looks like we're getting a lot of uncommon through the Ages cards, which is going to be one of the things that we're going to see a lot. Getting through the Ages cards and the different rarity, a little bit more difficult, but we're going to be seeing here. Ambrosia, Demon Wall. Then we have the Lunar Whale. This is Final Fantasy IV. Legendary Artifact Vehicle. Flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. As long as the Lunar Whale attack this turn, you may play the top card of your library. Very, very nice. So again, you can play it. You still got to pay the cost. It's not just for free, but still very good to have the rare there. And then we have foil, Red Mage's Rapier. Plains, Bird, Wizard. Let's go. Sorry, I'm making sure I don't wake up the kids, because you got to do this at night when everybody's sleeping, and the last thing you want to do is wake up the kids at night. Second Summoner's Sanctum, You're Not Alone. Blazing Bomb, Fight On. Looks like we've seen this kind of palette before, right? Wide audience, but this is a beautiful card, and this is one of the things I do want to hope to see in actual foil soon. I mean, it's very expensive, but this is a rare This is Furian Swordmaster, 1 in a white. This is Shram, Senior Edificer. Legendary creature, Dwarf Advisor. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. Again, this is a rare. It looks like they're coming in the uncommon slots, but it's an actual rare. So the rarity can be different each time. So it's not just like, hey, it's only going to come out in that specific spot when it's one color or the other. So it does look like it takes the uncommon spot there. Or maybe it's just taking like an extra common spot. Huh. I can't really see where we come in the next one. So, all right, yeah, because we have uncommon, uncommon, and uncommon. So it looks like it took a common spot. Side quest, catch a fish, Final Fantasy 15. I also worked on Final Fantasy 15 Monsters of the Deep, which is the VR game, which not a lot of people got to play. But I implore you, it's a great fishing game. Again, I'm not shilling just because I worked on it, but one of my favorite things is when you do a tournament, the music choice that comes out for that game throws you for a loop, but it's so fantastic and it pumps me the hell up. If you're not gonna play it because you're not gonna just purchase it, just check that out. Go on YouTube, search up Monsters of the Deep, and then tournament music, and just listen to the music choice because it's honestly fantastic. So side quest, catch a fish. It does flip as well. We have cooking campsite, which of course, cooking and campsites, a big part of 15. Beautiful card here. That's fantastic. From father to son. Oh, the 15 pack. Here we go. The regalia, getting the regalia here. So 1 in a white. Search your library for a vehicle card, reveal it, put it into your hand. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, put that card into the battlefield instead, then shuffle. Flashback is 4 and 3 white. That's a lot of cost for getting a regalia back. I don't know if you want to get specific regalia after paying the flashback cost, but hey, if you want to go be on theme, from father to son. Fight on foil, Gongaga, Reactor Town foil as well, and then bird, and we see the wizards coming through the back. Very nice. Ooh. All right, so through the ages cards, I think they are taking up a common slot. The other ones seem to have been like in an uncommon slot, so we'll see as they come out. So far, 3 through the ages cards so far. We'll see what else we can get. We get Balam T-Rexar, Cat Suplex. We got a Suplex, a train. We haven't seen the train yet. Namazu Trader, Grand Pulse Oku, Dark Knight's Great Sword, Valkyrie Aerial Unit, Gwenna from Final Fantasy 9, and then we have a Summon Choco Mog, Final Fantasy 7. Very beautiful art on this one as well. This is 2 in a white, and each time it has Stampede. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Again, I had somebody play this at the pre-release, and honestly, it was just fantastic for token go white decks. It's just real good damage. So it's an uncommon here, but we get rare Summoner's Grimoire. Job select 3 green. Equipped creature is a shaman in addition to its other types, and has whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand into the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. Very nice. So again, enchantment creatures are the saga creatures, so very good to put that together and summon it out. 3, and so that's a rare. Evil Reawakened foil. Ungaga coming through. Ooh, this is Dion, correct? Yes, Dion Bahamut. Art card coming through. I know already somebody who's going to be a big fan of that card. So I'm putting that together for them as well. I'm going to put all the borderless cards together. Coming through. Beautiful. I just, Final Fantasy, it's just, grew up with it. I have a lot of, enjoyment with these cards. A lot of, great stories playing these games, and it's just great seeing stuff like this, and putting it together with something like Magic the Gathering is fantastic. Also, Opera's Love Song, Final Fantasy 6. Check out the love song from Final Fantasy 6. Even in the pixel version, like obviously like the pixel music and all that, not the orchestrated version. You don't have to do that, but you should. Fantastic. Play through the game if you haven't. Final Fantasy 6 is a great game that just kind of throws you into the action and gets there. The ending, just grind. That's all I have to say. I won't spoil more, but Opera Love Song, Maria. So, oh my hero, my beloved, shall we still be made to part? Great. A lot of great flavor text in this set, and I am here for it for sure. Poo-Poo UFO, Final Fantasy 8 as well. I mentioned Final Fantasy 8. Oh, do we have? Where is I thought that it came out here somewhere. No, I would have to search it afterwards, but I thought we had the UFO here somewhere in the art. I'll find it. Anyway, Pupo UFO. Crystal Fragments is a flip card. Ooh, Sarah. Prevents all damage that would be dealt this to creatures you control this turn. Very nice. And then tap all creatures your opponent controls. So summon Alexander. So very, very good card here in the uncommon because it's just a 1-pip, but you can pay 5 and 2 white. Exile this equipment, then return to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery. Equip 1, very good. This is a very good equipment actually. We have Sarah here from Final Fantasy 13. Sarah Farron, Human Citizen. 1 green and a white. First legendary creature you spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Qui-Current Merchant from Final Fantasy 11? Yes. 2 in the blue. Ooh, we haven't gotten a swamp here. Very nice. What art is this? Don't recognize this one because it is Dancer's Chakrams. It might be a 14 card. Ooh, look at that. This one is signed and stamped though. We'll take that. All right. By the way, I should be getting another 1 or 2 play booster boxes. What that means is we are going to be definitely doing a gameplay video with one of the boxes. As always, we do a sealed league. I might do a little bit different with we open up the packs, and whoever loses gets to open up another pack and implore and expand on their deck. Just let me know in the comments below what you want to see with that. But for sure, we're going to be doing some gameplay with a play booster box. Maybe not all of it, maybe just the 12 packs as we usually do, but stay tuned for that. And if you haven't checked out the other gameplay videos, they'll be linked down below. It's always fantastic to be able to play the game and see what we can do with those as well. Black Mage's Rod, Airship Crash. So Instant Brahmin, Final Fantasy 15, beautiful. Obviously, a lot of people are like, hey, why is this here? If you haven't heard about Final Fantasy 15 and their marketing with cup noodles, just do yourself a favor, look it up. It's a fantastic helmet that you get in the game, and it's just one of the weird things about this game, but I love it. And then when I was working at Square Enix at the time, we also got the cup noodles with the different marketing that we have for Square Enix at the time as well. So it's really, really cool, and I still have that as well. So Instant Ramen, when this artifact enters, draw a card, and it has flashed because it's instant. Love it. All right. So this looks like, yeah, so it does take up, it looks like the common slot. This is Shadowbringer's Dovin's Veto, white and a blue. Instant. This spell can't be countered. Counter target non-creature spell. And uncommon Shadowbringers as well. Beautiful. Putting that to the side. Again, I'm putting through all the Through the Ages cards. I don't know, like, quote unquote, what the value is. Value's all over the place for this set because of the fact that it's the cost. But I'll put on whatever value at the time it is. I'm opening this up just to be real honest with you all. The weekend before it releases, so like pre-release weekend, but like during the week you'll see it. Anyway, the value might change by the time it comes out, but you guys can check that out based on whatever it is at the time. But we get our boy Ignis Scientia, so 1 green and a blue human advisor. When Ignis Scientia enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into the battlefield tapped. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I've come up with a new recipe. Oh god, I love that. I remember when Royal Edition came out. Again, one of the first games I ever worked on in the actual industry. I brought a cake to the office with the Ignis cover on there with I got a new recipe, just because it was just a cake to bring to celebrate the actual release of the game. It was just a lot of fun, and obviously like being the first game that I worked on and it being finally like released and like having my name in the credits and all that, I was like, oh, definitely bringing some cake to celebrate. So very, very nice here. Ignis, I've come up with a new recipe. So you pay 1 green and a blue. You tap this, exile target card from your graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, create a food token. Very, very nice. Ignis, my boy. Sandworm. Summon Primal Garuda. Whoop. The Darkness Crystal. Very, very beautiful card. 2 black. Black spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile it and you gain 2 life. Really, really cool. Also, you pay 4 and 2 black. You can tap this card. Put target creature card exile with a Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield tapped under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. So not only does it die on their board, you get to exile under the Darkness Crystal, and then you can then play that card with the Darkness Crystal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a lot of good stuff because you also gain the 2 life on top of that. So this is the new Leyline of the Void, except that you can't play it out of your hand when you have it at the beginning. But I already love Leyline of the Void as it is, so here we go. Ooh, we get a foil rare in Rabon. Bull of Alamigo, which is again a Final Fantasy 14, one in red, human warrior. Whenever Raban attacks, attach up to one target equipment you control to target attacking creature. Very nice. And then Rabanastre, Royal City. And then Hero. Oh, this is actually the character type I use in Fantasy and 14. Very cool. Oh, Robot Warrior. Very nice. We'll take that. We needed a Robot Warrior during the last pre-release, and I didn't have it the first night. So now that I do have it, it's very cool. I appreciate that. Also, it's going to be a very long video, and I'm sorry, but I'm just enjoying this set. I thought I was going to go faster through it because I thought a lot of it was going to be like real than people going through it, but honestly, I'm just having fun talking about stories, so I hope you all are as well. Blitzball. Black Waltz number 3. This would actually complete my playset. I got 3 Black Waltz number 3 in our first pre-release. 2 regular, 1 foil. So, fantastic Black Waltz number 3 coming in through for the playset. I love it. Radio's Return. Renoa Harley Final Fantasy 8. Here we go. I mean, I have the mat, so that's why I want to call it out. The Prima Vista Final Fantasy 9. Genova Rare Ancient Calamity. I actually got one Genova in one of the first pre-release. Afterwards, I was like, man, I maybe should have gone more Golgari, but you know, I liked what I had in Rakdos. So I just had to take it. But Legendary Creature Alien, 2 black and no green. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Genova's power on up to one other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. So very, very nice Genova Ancient Calamity here. Of course, Final Fantasy 7. If you haven't played the games, I know they're very, very long. Try to go into them without spoilers. You know, that's all I can say. The games are fun. The games are enjoyable. And if you don't, just, you know, watch a playthrough or watch a story through for the games. You know, that's one of the best parts about these games is the fantastic and whimsical stories that come through it as well. So Ice Magic foil, Baron Airship Kingdom, and then we get, ooh, why do I recognize this but I don't know this? Yasma Ultimate Mark. Where is this from? I don't remember specifically this art. So very nice. I don't know if it says like in the actual art card where it's from. The next one we see we'll find. So this is what I'm talking about. Retrieve the Esper. This one creates a 3/3 blue Robot Warrior artifact creature token. Then if the spell was cast from a graveyard, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on that token. Flashback is 5 in the blue. Regular cost is 3 in the blue. So we see that here. Fate of the Suncrest, Obsidian Elder, Heck Dies, Summon Fat Chocobo, Magic Pot, White Mage's Staff, Light. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Final Fantasy VIII, 4 cost, Lion's Heart. Artifact equipment. When this equipment enters, it deals 2 damage to any target. So very, very cool. And you can equip it. Equipped creature gets +2/+1, and you can equip it for 2. Ooh, look at that beautiful sword. We'll take it. Rufus Shinra. Unexpected Request. Ishgard, the Holy Sea for Landtown Rare. Beautiful. Land cycles coming through. Well, we got it. We almost skipped another one. Ooh, Kuja, Genome Sorcerer, Rakdos, love it. 2 red and a black. Legendary creature, Human Mutant Wizard. Again, this is letting me know that maybe I should have gone Golgari with the Genova because of the actual mutant here. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Then if you control 4 or more wizards, you transform Kuja into Trans Kuja Fate Defied. Flamestar. If a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. Very nice. I didn't open up a Kuja on my pre-release for the first one, but maybe it should have been the choice we went with. Magic Pot, Plains, and then the Hero Treasure token. Couple more packs here for the second, third, and then we go on to our final third. We haven't gotten more through the ages, so we're hoping we get some more through the ages cards here. So far, we've only gotten 4, so I don't know if that's counting what we expected. So we're hoping to get more here. Black Mage's Rod, Iron Giant, Vincent's Limit Break. I think we did get another one. Here we go. Wild Rose Rebellion for the counter spell. Beautiful instant counter target spell. Again, Yoshitaka Amano art, fantastic. I want these in like these, all like his art, I want them in foil. So I know they're gonna be actually chasing a premium because it seems to be that the only place you can get them foil would be the collector boxes. So Wild Rose Rebellion. Beautiful, beautiful art here from Amano. Diamond Weapon. Ether or Ether. The Final Days. We get a rare Intella Great Sage, 3 blue and a red legendary creature human wizard. Then we have Ultros Obnoxious Octopus, Final Fantasy 6, 1 and a blue for Ultros. that damn freaking monster. Insomnia Crown City, hero and copy token. Let's put this Wild Rose of Rebellion. So we just had to ask for that through the Ages card in order to see it. It'll be our 5th one. We've only got 1 rare out of them so far, and then the rest have been uncommon. So we're hoping we get more. People have been clamoring, obviously, for the Ancient Copper Dragon and the actual Ristic Study in the Through the Ages card. So we're hoping we can put one of those here today. We'll see what we get. Lunatic Pandora. Ooh, we get Finn the Fangbearer. I didn't even realize it was coming out here because like the edge, but it's an uncommon. Finn the Fangbearer, 1 in a green. Legendary creature, human warrior, Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Very cool. Finn the Fangbearer, bring in just the poison. Woo. Cloud of Darkness. The Gold Saucer, Final Fantasy 14, of course. We have X-Death of Void Warlock, and this one also flips for Neo X-Death Dimensions End. But we get Mughals Valor. Ooh, very nice. Again, that was the instant we saw earlier, but this time in the beautiful boardless art. Very, very cool. And then we have foil Queen Brown, Insomnia Crown City, and then the bird and the wizard. You're a wizard, Ari. We got 2 boardless cards in there, technically. We got the Through the Ages card, and then we got the actual boardless card. Very cool. Last pack for this set. So we just had to ask for Through the Ages card, and we got one. So let's ask for it again. And this time in a rare or mythic, right? We'll see. Or did they just come up to rare? I think they do rare or mythic. I'm not sure. Flash of Light, Mystidian Elder, Shinra Reinforcements, Summon Fat Chocobo, Adventures in, putting the lands to the side. Again, he'll give us 4 and 2 red, but it has Mountain Blanketing, so very cool. So it's something you might want to consider keeping in your opening hand because you can always Mountain Cycle if you need to. Orange Inspiration, Final Fantasy X. Travel the Overlord. All Bed Salvagers. Godless Final Act. Gobez Crystal Collector. We've seen this one already as well. We get Side Quest, Catch a Fish and Foil. Beautiful Campsite and Foil Swamp. And then we got this one as well before. Another art card that's similar taste. Very cool. We can separate that between the people who like 14 at work. All right, so moving on to the last pile here. Let's see what we get. Let's hope we get some good stuff. Again, Through the Ages cards coming through. Not a lot of mythics so far, actually. So we're hoping for some more mythics here as well. We'll see what we have. Ooh, nice. Here we go. We have a new found adventure in Farseek, 1 in a green. Sorcery. Search your library for a plains, island, swamp, or mountain card. Put it into the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. That's an uncommon Through the Ages card. We have Fire Magic. Novilliers, Iridia, Summoner of Mist. Lindblum Rare, Industrial Regency, very, very nice. Good adventure, and then of course you can play the adventure afterwards with the land. Ooh, double rare here, Esper Origins, Final Fantasy 6 as well. So 1 in a green, sorcery, surveil 2, you gain 2 life. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, exile it, then put it into the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control with the finality counter. So you do have to play the flashback, which is a 3 in a green, for Summer Esper Maduin. Reveal the top card of the library. If it's a permanent card, put it into your hand. 2, you get add 2 green, and then lastly, it's other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. So you might want to play that early, get some stuff going out of there, out of the Esper Origins. Thunder Magic Foil, Squad of Solemn Farplane Gateway, ooh, Hero, and ooh, Elemental. Very nice. This is actually pretty cool. Elemental art. I don't think we've seen that one before, so very cool to get that. Yeah, actually, it's pretty crazy that we've only gotten 1 mythic so far. It's all been rares. All right, Blitzball Shot. All right, let's see what we get here. We're gonna go through these a little bit faster. White Mages, Gladio. We haven't got a Noctis though. We need to make sure we get a Noctis before we finish. Not that we have a choice to like say it, but here it is. Summon Shiva, Poreless. Triple Triad rare, 3 red, red, red. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of the library. Until end of turn, you may play the card you own exiled this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value than it without paying their mana cost. Sorry, that was a lot. Blitzball foil. Go Town of Ruin. Ooh, the Vivi card that everybody's looking for. We got the art card at least. Here we go. Vivi or Nishir. And then the Summon Shiva. I know, like that's crazy. We haven't even gotten so many like rares in today. Pearl, call them on Chocobo. Things Treachery. Nice, another through the ages here in Van, aspiring Sky Pirate, 2 in a red for capturing Landry Storm. Legendary creature, Human Pirate, haste. Whenever Van attacks, create a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure, Van gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Very cool. So you sacrifice that treasure to play something else for the mana, and you get +1/+0 pump on the Van. Samurai's Katana. Restoration Magic. Summon Primal Odin for black for the rare. It's a Saga Knight enchantment creature. I like this one because when it comes in, it destroys a target creature and opponent controls. So already giving you some great choices right as it comes in. Foil Freya. We have, a Wasteland. Beautiful is the first one that we get. Hero with the Robot Warrior as well on the back. Very, very nice. The Through the Ages card. And did I just mistakenly not put one of the mythics in the mythic pile maybe? This is also an uncommon, so we'll go through that afterwards, but this box is missing the mythics. So far, we're going to see the mythics here in the back end. I can feel it. It's just, we just know we are. We just know we are. That's the play box rule, right? Like if you don't see it at the beginning, you'll see it at the end. Exactly what you're looking for, exactly what you want, exactly what you need. We get the rare Ninja's Blade, 2 in a black artifact equipment. Get the Phoenix down in foil. Actually, the first time we see this, I think. Uncommon. Charlayan, Nation of Scholars. 14, of course. Hero and Moogle. The lifelink. Yeah, did I? Alright, well. Alright, a few more packs here, ladies and gentlemen. And then B's. Let's see what we get. Ventures in. Sorry, I'm just putting all the lances aside. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm telling you, we're going to see the mythics at the end. Summon Bahamut. It's a 9 cost. The lore counter 1 and 2 is destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Lore 3 is draw 2 cards. And then lastly, lore 4. This creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. Very, very nice. Bahamut flying mythic. Beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, and in the rare Vincent Valentine flip as well, 2 black. You can flip it whenever it attacks. You may transform it, and then you transform it into Galian Beast. Trample lifelink. When Galian Beast dies, return it to the battlefield tapped, so front face up. So whenever it attacks, it transforms, and it transforms from a 2/2 to a 3/2, and it has trample lifelink. What a card! Very cool. And then Gobu foil, Treno Dark City, Hero, and Horror. You haven't seen the horror either. There you go. Yo, I told you we're gonna get the mythic at the end, or not at the end, but in this side. Please give us more mythics. 2 mythics so far. Ancient Copper Dragon or Ristic Study. Gonna come out here too as well. One of those two. They're gonna come out. I can feel it as well. Look at that. We see it Through the Ages card. I don't think it's a Ristic Study though. But ooh, hey, we'll take that. Final Fantasy 8. Edia Kramer. 2 blue. This is Teferi, Mage of Zalfir, legendary creature, human wizard. It has flash. Creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield have flash. Each opponent can cast spells only anytime they could cast a sorcery. Very nice. And this is a rare Through the Ages card as well. We will take that. Beautiful, beautiful card. Titus. Phantom Train. Hey, we've seen the suplex. We finally get to see the Phantom Train 3 and a black artifact vehicle as well. Very, very cool. Ring of the Lucii from Final Fantasy 15. I love it. Vanille, we've seen with the meld, and then we get Summon GF Cerberus or Grand Fate Cerberus as well for the rare, and then we get the foil Sahagin. Yeah, Sahagin, I believe. Island, and then we get, ooh, look at that beautiful art card, and of course you all know that's Cloud's Limit Break. You because you see the different options there for the actual sword of the, as he's doing the different things. So let's pull out the actual foil, the actual sleeve for this rare. So it's another rare through the ages. So very, very cool. I'm telling you, we're gonna see more through the ages and mythics in this in the last back. Like I just know we are. It's just what the gods have intended. It's what the Final Fantasy gods have intended us to see. Sephiroth's intervention. This is what 3 Vincent Limits breaks. Elixir, a random encounter, Magitek armor. You get the rares, Saz, Katsuroi, 3 in a green for the legendary creature human pilot. This is a rare from Final Fantasy 13. When Saz Katsuroi enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Whenever Saz attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. So this works really, really well with the bird actual synergy. Very, very cool. And then we get the foil Quistis, of course, Final Fantasy 8. Beautiful, we'll take that. Mountain. And the bird, which again goes well with the Zaz. So hey, beautiful token time to come out for the bird. The bird. Ice Flan. Summon Chocomog. Malboro. Ooh, I almost missed this because it was like darkness. So this is like one of the only through the ages cards that has like the pixel art. Obviously it's very, very dark card, but here, search for the Frozen Esper. This is a green. This is Nature's Claim instant. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Its controller gains 4 life. Very, very nice through the ages card. Very playable as well. Obviously Nature's Claim. Of Ultros Obnoxious Octopus. Dragoon's Lance. Oh yes! Oh my god. Beautiful. We were looking for the Noctis to control and finish up all the actual Final Fantasy 15 boys. Here we go. Noctis, Prince of Lucius. 1 white, blue, and the black. And look at that. Almost at the end too. This is fantastic. I know it's not like a mythic or whatever, but this is just, it goes through the storyline of this box and me talking about 15. Legendary creature, Human Noble, of course. Lifelink. You may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter. Gods have spoken in a beautiful, beautiful way for me to get this character card of Noctis. Oh my god. I love that so much. Vayne's Treachery foil, and then win their Federation Center. I can't even speak right now. Bird and Wizard. Honestly, I really, 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 really love that we got all the boys today. Oh god, that's so good. The Noctis one is fantastic pull there. All right, 2 more packs. Let's see what we get. Honestly, it doesn't matter. This box has already been fantastic for me. The storyline in this box for me talking about 15 and then pulling out all the boys today. I love it. No lie, I kind of want to tear up. It's just the RNG working in my favor today. I can't even talk anymore. Rook Turret. Aerith Rescue Mission, Blazing Bomb, Fight On, Iron Giants, World Map, Ash, Princess of Damaska, Circle of Power, Thieves Knife, Side Quest, Race a Chocobo. You can flip it to Black Chocobo. And then we have the Masamune, 3 cost, legendary artifact equipment. As long as equipped creature is attacking and has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature or an emblem you own to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And equip it for 2. The rare, the Masamune, very nice. Foil item shopkeep, forest, and then we have the hero and the treasure there at the end. Now, last pack, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you've enjoyed this video and if you're here this long, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you are enjoying the video, of course, don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, of course, that bell notification if you want to hear more random stories about me through my life, through, obviously at this point, Universes Beyond and Final Fantasy and Magic the Gathering. I hope you come back for more. We're going to do some more gameplay, of course, in Final Fantasy, so stay tuned for that. That'll be after MagicCon and all that. We should be having a MagicCon vlog as well, so stay tuned for that. So we're going to have MagicCon vlog. We're going to have more Play Booster openings, probably another regular bundle and a gift bundle. I'm not sure. I'm trying to see what I can get at MSRP. It's crazy out there, so we're trying to see what we can get. And then of course the gameplay video when we do get the other play booster box for Final Fantasy. So stay tuned for all that. That's coming up later this month, all through this channel. So putting out as much as I can, and I'm gonna throw some Lorcana in there as well for those who haven't watched, because I really enjoy Lorcana with the family. So again, stay tuned for that. Hit the bell notification to see when all those videos come out and be notified. But again, if you don't know, every Monday 10 a.m. is when I release a video, whether it's an unboxing, whether it's a gameplay video, whether it's a vlog. It'll all be there for you, all TCG related, mostly, and a lot of it Magic the Gathering. So I just saw the last card, Magic card. Okay, so this one is really funny. This is a side quest card collection, obviously in Final Fantasy 14, and then we get the Magic card flip card, and then to finish off the box, we get the Vivi Orange. This is a card that a lot of people are looking for. 1 blue and a red Mythic Wizard. So for 0, add X mana in any combination of blue and or red, where X is Vivi's or Nashir's power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. This is from, of course, from Final Fantasy 9, the boy Vivi. Oh, excuse me, just Vivi from Final Fantasy 9. This is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Vivi or Nashir, and it deals 1 damage each opponent. Beautiful pull here in the last pack for the Mythic, and only 3 Mythics for this box. So, you know, very rough overall, but still very cool to get the Vivi there at the end. Cloud of Darkness foil, Gone Town of Ruin, and then we finish it out with the Golbez art card here as well, showing you here Golbez Crystal Collector from Tetsuya Kurosawa. Does it say? I'm trying to see if it said from what Final Fantasy it was, like specifically, but it doesn't. So that's Golbez here as well. So again, only 3 Mythics in this box. 2 summons, 1 Knight of the Round, 1 Bahamut, and the other being the Vivi, which is a very big chase card for the Mythics. Let's see how many Through the Ages cards we got. Like, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 30 packs, 10 Through the Ages, which again goes through the average of 1 in every 3 play boosters. So we did get the average here today. Very nice. We got, let's see, let's see how many, going through all the rares. Mostly were uncommon, of course. We did get 2 rares. So the 2 rares were Free and Swordmaster, which is Strom Senior Edificer, and then Idia Kramer, which is Teferi Mage's Zalfir for the rares, and then of course we get the other Through the Ages cards here in the uncommons. Very nice. Mythics, again, only 2, but for the storyline, let's get them together. Here they are. We got Prompto, we got Gladio, we got Ignis, and we have Noctis. The Final Fantasy 15 boys coming through in the play booster box. The RNG of getting all of them, maybe not that crazy. Obviously, all the other ones are uncommon and only 1 rare in the Prince of Noctis. But of course, the Prince had to come and show off in his borderless style. But we also got, don't forget, the boy Arden, the Usurper, coming through as well from Final Fantasy 15. So we got the boys, we got Arden. It's just one of the crazy things, like I'm telling a story about, like working in the games industry and starting off. So 15 coming through and still showing the love in this actual set as well. But I actually also did miss out 1 Through the Ages. So we did get 11 Through the Ages cards here at the end. We got the boys coming through. We got the 3 Mythics. We get the foil Van as well. And then, of course, we got plenty of rares, including some great towns. We're going to be putting all that through the paces, through the ages, see what we get. Again, stay tuned for more gameplay for Final Fantasy coming through. We're going to put that out later this month. We have MagicCon vlog coming through as well. If you haven't seen the pre-release vlog, go ahead and check it out. If it's not out yet, it'll be out next week. Depending on timing, it's just very difficult to edit all that together every week. It just takes a long time. But the prices you see here today have been taken from the week prior, so you'll know there, because I usually edit it out and then make sure I add the prices that weekend before the video goes out, just to get the most up-to-date prices as far as value for those cards at that time. But of course, all of that fluctuates and changes, so keep that in mind. But again, if you like the video, as always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. Again, we have so many videos coming down the pipeline. That bell notification will really help you out, so keep notified of all the videos as they come out. But Monday 10 a.m. we have a video come out every time for sure. Most of the time it's going to be an unboxing. We are trying to add more gameplay, but of course those take more time. So it's probably like once a month or once every other month for the gameplay videos, depending on what we can get there together. Check out the last one we did for Mystery Booster 2. It was a great match. Check it out. I really implore you, especially if you haven't done Mystery Booster 2. It's a lot of fun. And of course, come check out everything you can when it comes to this gameplay for Final Fantasy, and stay tuned for other videos that come out. And of course, we're going to do other TCGs as well. Lorcana, we have a box for that as well. We're going to open that as well on camera. We have other stuff we do with the family, so we can play that together. See if we can chase another enchanted card. We haven't had an enchanted card on the channel in a while, so see if we can do that. And then I don't know where I'm going to slip that in. So again, notifications really help you out so you can see when that video comes out. Don't forget to follow me on the socials. I have the link tree down there below, so you guys can check out the socials, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, whether it's all that other stuff. You guys can check that out. And of course, I live stream on Twitch whenever I can. Usually Thursdays and Fridays for World of Warcraft raids, and then when we play Magic, we put that up in there as well. And of course, if you're on YouTube, you can check out the live streams for the actual TCG stuff as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate all of you being here today. Fantastic storyline for me. I honestly just had a lot of fun with the RNG today and the play booster box. It just chef's kiss. Couldn't have written it better myself. Not only did we get the boys, we also finishing off with the Vivi in the very last pack. So the last pack magic, real, ladies and gentlemen, very real. If you're still here, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is that you may be. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.